Thomas was like he had only had a few kind of stipulations, and one of them was like Godzilla has to fight something.
There had to be multiple creatures, and we wanted to make sure that they worked in tandem, and that this ecosystem, this sort of relationship that Godzilla and these creatures had was ancient. And then we wanted the design to be different.
The idea is that we kind of looked at all the creatures and the monsters that had ever been designed in the other Godzilla movies and tried to make a serious, realistic version, combine them in one thing.
No, yeah, it feels like it's about
behind his calf, sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that
I'm obviously very familiar with the other creatures from the other Godzilla movies, and we wanted to invent something new for the audience, what we call the Mutos, which is like M.U.T.O for Massive Unidentified Terrestrial Organism. It's supposed to be like the UFO of monsters. I think if you're a fan of all the old creatures from the Japanese films, then you'll be a fan of these new creatures.
We had like the polar opposite problems to when we were designing Godzilla, in that with Godzilla, you've got all these things it's got to look like and do for it to feel like Godzilla, and you kind of like go, oh, this is so restrictive, and then suddenly they go, okay, make any creature you want. And you're like, oh, be careful what you wish for.
There's such a dramatically different form to Godzilla.
They're tapping into something that's deep in our DNA, a reaction to real animals from nature.
Gareth has been working for months on that to get that exactly correct. And that's going to have a different type of creature look that we probably have never quite seen before.
Designing a creature is a lot like evolution itself. You have a baseline creature, and then you try and mutate it and do different things. And if that one's superior, that becomes the new baseline.